Meow. Good morning. This is Nita and Blaze with the Timepiece Garden. You're going to get stuck. Yeah, come here, come here. And we're in Garden 3. We had a lot of rain yesterday. Just lots, deluges. So I want to get back here and get some harvesting. Tomatoes, they get too much water, they tend to split. So I need to check on them and, just check on everything. I've also got my bags here. Because I need to start putting bags over my elderberries, see if they'll fit, if this will work. Last year I had a problem keeping the beetles, the Japanese beetles, off of them. I'd like to make that a little easier. 50 bags. If I bag at least 50 heads, that's 50 heads I don't have to worry about. I'll probably only do 45. I'd like to bag a couple of my sunflower heads so the birds don't actually get to eat all my seeds. So that's the thought processes. Kitty's out here checking it out. And she and I and Miss Panda, well, he and I and Miss Panda, who's running rounds, we'll talk to you later. All right. Meow, it's the kitties. Kitty's like, I'm checking out the greenhouse, Mom. So the easiest way to say this, if you look at that flower, you can see where the outer ring is kind of puffy and the inner ring is shiny. The inner ring has not bloomed yet, so I don't want to cover him in a bag because you want the bees and, like you saw, the little flies and just all the things that pollinate a sunflower to pollinate. Having said that, if you look at this one, you can see he's done. He's all puffy all the way here to the middle, and you can see where the birds have started eating right there. And speak of the devil, there's a bee on the one that still needs pollination. So the bees even know, where to go, where to pollinize, where not to, where they're done, So this one here is also going to get covered with the bag. Now there's like 100 seeds in here, so I don't need to cover all of them with a bag. I just need to cover enough so I have seeds, because this is a very pretty sunflower. Even from the back where it's got the yellows and the oranges, it's a pretty sunflower. So I got one bag there. I'm going to bag this one from where they're starting to eat him, where the birds are. And, just let the rest of them do what they do. All right, talk to you in a few. Look at the bags. All right, so now this was one of them, again, that went through the initial bug infestation. And you can see, again, there's just a few berries. I'm not bagging that. But the one behind him, makes sense? This is a little one. I'm not going to bag him, but they're that full. Does that make sense? But they're that large, and that's what I'm trying to save, is my largeness. Having said that, I didn't get inside, and I didn't get the tall ones. Tried to bend over a couple, ended up breaking one. Decided to stop. Let's not do that, Neat. Yeah, save the ones you can get, and then, kind of decide from there. So what am I trying to save them from? Not the birds. I don't know if you can see it, because again, it's hard for me to see the screen. There is a bug. I'm hoping you can see that. There he is, climbing up that leaf. You see that bug beetle thing? That's what eats my elderberries. Does that make sense? And so that's why I want the bags, so I don't have to spray, or don't have to spray as much. Let me zoom back out. So, bag it. Those beetle things, whatever they are, can't get to the elderberries. It's the thought process. And eat all the elderberries. Same thing with the grasshoppers. While doing this today, I found a couple of grasshoppers as well. Being that I can't reach the ones up there, since I'm still going to have to spray, there's no way for me to get to them. And I can't, like the ones up there in bloom, I can't bag them till after they've bloomed. Otherwise they won't pollinate, and when they're that tall and blooming, I can't bag them at all. I don't have a ladder that is that tall. Nor would I want it out here on the slope. So bag some, save some, see if the bags actually work, and go from there. And why I say see if they work, it's not a rubber twine, it's not a string twine, it's like a, I don't know what it is. It's like plastic like the bag, and it doesn't want to stay tied. Well, if it doesn't want to stay tied, while it will keep the, hi kitties, look kitties, it'll keep the birds off of it. It won't keep the bugs from getting in the bag. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. You know, just thought processes. But Blaze says that we're good. Panda's been teaching Blaze how to be the supervisor, and Blaze is like, we should probably go in the house out, you know, get in the shade, Mom. That's what Blaze is thinking. You know, get some vittles, take a kitty nap, and go from there. Blaze, you can't get out that way. You can't get out that way. You're going to learn when the fence is on not to do that. No, back out. There you go. Come on, kitty, kitty. Come on, Blaze. Kitty, 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 kitty. Blaze is like, no, I'm mad at you. You wouldn't let me go through the fence. Kitty, 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 kitty. All right, talk to you later. Blaze. So yeah, I've waited for this area to get in the shade. Yay. I trimmed it earlier. But one of the things that I've wanted to do is I've got this great rock here, and it's got a really good flat side on it. And I want to stick it literally right there, and use it like a little mini retaining wall to stop the dirt right here from wearing down in front of the door, which makes it impossible for me to open the door, because I go through it every year where I got to dig it out. And you know, it's just one of those little things that I've been, I don't want to say lazy, but it seems like there's always something else more important to do. Okay, this is just one of those things that, you know, I just need to do it. I need to dig out the dirt here and put it in place. It's just that easy. Might not be that easy, but it could be that easy. So anyway, I've got a little bit of time. It's nice today. Yesterday's rain kind of, I don't want to say it got excessively hot today, but thanks, Panda. Anyway, that's what we're going to do while it's not excessively hot. I got a little bit of time. Panda be out here. Blaze is out here checking out where I, you know, did the edging underneath the tank there. Just, you know, we're in the shade. They'll hang out. Life is awesome. All right. Talk to you in a few. Again, little chore. Just hadn't done it yet. So, there's the rock. I'm using it as a retaining wall to hold the dirt on the uphill side out from the door, because it continuously goes here and it blocks the door. Should an emergency happen, I got to dig it out before I can ever get it open. So having said that, it opens just fine now. Now I'm still going to have to maintain this edge, but this edge is normally not the problem. It's usually right there at the door that just prevents me from even getting in here. So, life is awesome. You know, at least I think it's awesome, and we'll see how it works. I originally wanted the rock to go a little more to the left, but the electrical pipe is there. And I didn't want to dig up around it or put the weight of the rock on the electrical pipe. So it is where it is. Door opens and closes. And we'll see. We'll see if it does what I think it does. If not, I'll move the rock. I'll put it somewhere else. But for now, right there is awesome. And the supervisor's here. She approves the job. She's going to have some salad since I gave her access to the grass. You know, life is awesome. Talk to you in a few. Again, supervisor's approving the work. So, I got the pallets and I redid that compost bin a while ago, prior video, to make it so it was right-sized for me. Well, now I need 3 of them, because if I'm going to do deep bedding with the chickens, you have to let the chicken manure set. Otherwise, it'll burn your garden. So I need a rotation, because I don't come out here and flip it every other day. I do cold compost, so it's got to set for a year. So I'll be able to use that next spring, as soon as I stop adding to it, which will be now, because I'm going to get the next one built. And that way, when I do the end of September, October clean out for the chicken coop, it'll go here. And then the March, April clean out will go in the 3rd bin there. Does that make sense? I clean this one out for the garden. That makes sense. It'll be a 3 It'll be a rotation. That way yeah, chicken stuff sets for a year. That's the long-term goal. Anyway, let me go on and get busy. You know, T-post to move to make it so it works right. All right, talk to you in a few. All right, so I got the 3 sections. Again, that section was there. That's the newer section. And then this is the 3rd section. I don't have enough pallets, I know that. Again, I'd like to get the plastic ones if possible, because that way I'm not having to replace the wooden ones. Still not an issue. So, what's next? You can see there's a pile here. That pile actually needs to move over here. That's got stuff from when they were in the brooding boxes before they could get out in the actual coop. And just some miscellaneous stuff, and it needs to go in that bed, because that's the next bed. And that way, come September, October time frame, when I clean the chicken coop, that stuff all goes here, and it sits, because that's next spring's garden stuff. That makes sense? This will be next fall's when I'm putting stuff down to make sure that, you know, roots are good, type thing. So that's where that needs to go, is there. So it'll be here for a year, you know? It'll be next September before I can use it. Having said that, I've been setting stuff in here. Anything from the box higher, that also needs to come in here. Makes sense, because it's never going to compost down over there. It's not going to happen. So let me get on and get busy and move stuff into here, and then finish putting these logs back into there for now, since I don't have pallets for them. All right, talk to you in a few. Alrighty, that side's all cleaned out. Just got a piece of the log sticking in it. Again, this is stuff that's rotten. Will continue to rot. Move the box and the stuff that was on top of the box and the stuff that was in here from when it was a brooder into this pile. And that way, this one is all, well, I guess there's some vegetables and stuff from this year. Most of that will compost down without a problem. Hey, I don't know what that is, but it's not allowed to grow. Not in the compost pile. All right, so again, that'll be used in the spring. That makes sense. That'll be used in the winter or next spring, and that'll be after that, because I will start adding. There's brooder stuff in here, but in, again, September, all the chicken manure from the deep bedding method goes in, and it starts a 3-portion rotation. So what do I have left? I gotta go put T-post away and put my extra fencing wiring back there away. Because you can see this side is still all fencing, because I don't have enough pallets. Well, I like the plastic pallets. I know they're not as tall as the wooden pallets, but plastic means I don't have to replace them year after year after year, and I kind of like that. Being that they have the holes, you know, they still get airflow through them. So I like that idea. We'll just have to see if I can get some more. Preferably at least 2 more, so I can lock down this side before I go to use it. Does that make sense? And by the time I start putting stuff in here, I'll be emptying that one. Get 3 more. I like that. It'll work. All right, anyway. Sun's behind the mountain. It's awesome, because it means it's cool out here when I'm working. But it's time. It's time for me to put tools away. So y'all have an awesome day. And Miss Panda and I, we'll talk to you later.